Guys, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. How are y'all doing? Hope y'all are doing great tonight. It's nighttime here. It's 7:20 and I have been studying all day and I've decided that right now it's time to make this video. So if you watched my last video, you would have seen where I spoke about the process of me becoming a cop. So that was part 1. So this video will talk about part 2 leading up to at least to where I went into training. And that's going to be another video where I will talk about one specific thing when I first went to training. And also in this video I will be doing shout outs from people who messaged me to shout out other people, shout out cops especially, you know. I just want to give people out there encouragement. It's a great job. If you can stay in the job, if you don't have a reason to, exit the job like I did, I had a reason to exit. If not, I'm telling you, I would be there fighting crime with everybody else. And if God should shine upon me at some point in the future, who knows? Anyways, let's get into this video. On the last clip, I spoke about getting my interview date. So I got my interview date and I was pumped. I was so excited. But the interview was in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from the date I got the paper. It was 2 weeks and I had to travel to Mandeville and I had to make clothes again. You had to look good. So you had to make clothes again and all that. But this time, guys, I'm telling you, my grandmother was so supportive. She was so supportive. She was super supportive. She wanted me to make sure I got everything on time, make sure that, I was up early and all that. Anyways, went to my interview. It took like the entire day though. I don't remember the first part of the process because it was all a blur in my mind. I was so excited it was all a blur. But I think we did like a panel, like a conversation. They wanted to see how well you match with the other people in the room. How well you can communicate with other people. So, everybody's talking. You got to get your word in. I'm not a talker. Well, I'm really not a talker. If you really know me, I'm not a talker. This YouTube I'm doing now because maybe I've become a talker now, but you already know. Before today or before YouTube, let's not say that because I did CCN in JCF, so let's bypass that. Anyways, so I got my conversation in and I spoke. I probably said 1 or 2 things because everybody else in the room was just talking over you and you gotta get your word in. But anyway, I did get some in and we spoke, and I do believe that we went back in the afternoon for a one-on-one session with a panel. I did the panel interview at the end of the day and apparently it was successful. I don't remember the questions. I don't remember exactly all the questions that they asked me because it was so long ago, 2002. So anyway, moving forward, this was, like I said, this was April. Didn't hear anything from them. And now I'm getting ready to either go to college or go be a member of the JCF. And I'm here, I'm excited, and I'm wondering when are they gonna call me. I kept calling them. When you're waiting, for those who are out there and waiting, and for those who went through the process, that waiting is tedious. You really want them to call you every day. I saved their number literally in my phone and I was checking my phone every day just to see if they called. They never called. So I registered for college, Portmore Community College. Big ups to everybody there. And I started going to school. A whole year, guys. I started school in April. And April to June, nothing. I didn't hear anything. I went on working experience at the Waterford Police Station. That's how much I love being a cop. That's how much I wanted to be a cop. I chose to do my work experience at the police station. So now after my work experience, I was sent over to the high school to do some additional working experience, because they're like, oh, you're not gonna get enough working experience in the business field that I was in at the police station. I'm like, really? They have filing, they do stuff, we got bugs, I just wanted to be around the cops. But anyways, I went to the high school. My first 2 days at the high school, my phone rang. Jamaica Police Academy. My heart sank. My heart dropped. So, they said, can you come in tomorrow for a physical and a medical? I'm like, they had a whole year, 1 year to call me. And they call me for medical and physical tomorrow. Your girl was not going to turn it down. I was on working experience, but your girl was not turning this appointment down. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll be there. It's at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I feel like, though, honestly, like they didn't care what the hell you had going on. And I don't know if this is still happening in the JCF, in the recruitment process, but I believe that's something that you guys need to look into, because that's crazy. I had stuff going on and I had to drop everything and run just because I liked the job. I loved the job and really wanted to be a part of it. But anyways, apart from that, that day I went home. Now I'm worried because I've always heard about this physical. Now I was sure I had a shot with the interviews and with the test and everything. I was like, yeah, I got this. But now physical is coming. I'm not so sure. Really not so sure about it now. So, I'm up there, I'm doing my thing. They say do sit-ups. I bust them down. They said do push-ups. Wasn't so good, but I still did my 11. I think it was 11 that we had to do. Don't remember clearly. Then they took us down to the field and we had to do we had to go on that monkey bars, bust that out. Guys, now I heard that we're gonna go around the field 2 times in 4 minutes. I'm about to die. I'm gonna die today. But I said, I'm gonna die trying. I'm about to die trying today. So, I go around. I'm on my second lap now. I'm really tired and I really want to stop. So I'm coming around. I guess during that time you had like students were in training, they're in their little bush hats. So there was this one guy in the corner, like maybe, because I think it's a 200-meter track. So he would, maybe when I did the first 110, there was a guy right at the other start off after 110. He was standing there and he was like, don't stop. If you stop, you're gonna drop out. I was like, oh my God. My legs were giving up. Every part of me was giving up. And the guy said, don't stop, please don't stop, just keep going. I looked behind me and people were on the ground. Men, women were just falling to the ground. And I was like, I'm not stopping. He said, don't stop. He's a student. He knows. I ain't stopping. And I kept running until I got to the end. And they said, pass. I was like, oh my God, I did not die. I did not die. And if I could pass this part in this process, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. So at this point, we're done. They huddled us upstairs where we first started. We had to walk up those hills to go get changed again. So we went up and they huddled us and they called us, all of us who passed. They said, can you come tomorrow for a medical? I'm like, holy smokes. I have school, I have work experience. How am I going to take 2 days off? You know, and I was like, if this is going to be my job, I'm going to have to drop out of school anyway. So I might as well just go. And I said, I'll be there. And I remember on that bus, he's probably the only person I remember on the bus, guys. It was King, Richard King. He died, may his soul rest in peace. He died after we trained and graduated. It's kind of still emotional and fresh, but you know, yeah. But King is the only person I remember on the bus. Maybe other persons were on there and remembering me, but honestly, King sat next to me on the bus to KPH, you know, so we were talking, going on the bus and stuff. So I really don't remember anybody else. But anyways, I'm gonna pass that because getting a little emotional. Yes. So okay, so we went to KPH, went to the blood bank, and they did the blood test. Now, my luck, when we went there, the lady said, oh, your blood count is low. She said, your blood count is low, so we cannot take the bag of blood. Like, they take, like, blood from you. So everybody had to give a bag of blood, or I don't really know the measurement or whatever, but everybody had to give a bag of blood. She said, because your blood count is low, you're going to have to come back in 2 weeks. I was like, oh my God, after all this, I still have to come back for something? She was like, oh, go home and eat some green banana and drink some pot soup. And come back in 2 weeks. So, you know, we went back. They dropped us off at the training school. And at this point, I don't know if I should take myself back. Will they be calling me to go back? Like, I'm like, what's going on? So, you know, I think we had exchanged numbers. We had exchanged numbers with other people. And, you know, people who I knew did the test and did everything with me. They were being called like the very next week. I remember I went to school with this guy. He was called Macwick. And I was like, I saw him like 3 months after we did the initial test. And he was like, oh, I'm in training. I went into training 1 week after. I said, oh my God. At this point, I'm thinking something's wrong with my blood. Because what would be the reason for them not to call me? That was the only thing that was outstanding, you know? So I'm like, okay, something's wrong with my blood. I was thinking all kinds of things at, 20 years old. I'm thinking all kinds of craziness at this point. So, you know, I kept calling, nothing. So July ran out. For my birthday, we had a birthday party. My birthday, July 30th. We had a birthday party, and my grandmother bought me everything that was on that list, because they had called me after that. Oh yeah, I forgot that part. They had called me after the blood test and everything. They called us all back to the auditorium another day to do orientation. They gave us a list for everybody. Everybody got a list and everything. So, you know, people would tell you, oh, not because you got the list don't mean they're going to call you. So I'm sitting there and I'm worried, and I'm like, okay. So I got this list. I don't want to buy the stuff on the list because I don't know if they're going to call me. But anyways, for my birthday, July 30th, my grandmother bought the basin. She bought the iron board. She bought everything on that list. And I was like, okay. I'm guessing that I'm going to have to take this back to college, you know, because they haven't called me yet. You know, I was starting to feel kind of like down and like, okay, they're never going to call me. I'm never going to be a cop. You know, I just don't know. And guys, on the 1st of August, we were actually cleaning graves in the community that my grandmother grew up. We're cleaning the graves in the graveyard and stuff and painting them and whatnot. And my phone rang. I was laying in the grass. My phone rang. This was a Sunday. Was it a Sunday? Was it a Sunday? No. This was a Monday. Wait. This was a Friday, guys. This was a Friday. It was Emancipation Day. It was a Friday. So they called and they said, you are to report to the academy 6 a.m. August 2nd. I was like, I'm in St. Elizabeth. It's a public holiday. How am I going to get to... It seemed like they called me for the next day for everything. Literally everything. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay. How do they expect me to get transportation from St. Elizabeth to Spanish Town? And it was like 3 o'clock when they called me. I'm not exaggerating. It was 3 o'clock when I got that call. So my cousin and myself, we went down to our house. We got all that stuff that my grandmother had bought. And I took it all the way to Portmore. Got my stuff together. And guys, for those who came to training that day, y'all already know. They told me, guys, pack for 6 months. I didn't know I was going to get to go back home. I packed for 6 months. My suitcase was the biggest in that truck. My suitcase was the biggest in that truck. I am not exaggerating. They literally called me suitcase for the 3 weeks of training. Literally. But that's going to be the end of this video. In my next video, I will tell you lots and lots more. But I have some people at this time that I have to give shout outs to. These persons are friends of mine, and some were we were trained together. I just want to encourage all these people and everybody watching who are members of the JCF. I know it's a hard time for you guys right now. It's a very challenging time because I've seen what is happening. I've seen a lot of persons dying from natural causes. I'm just gonna appeal to you guys to do some wellness checks. Do health and wellness checks on yourselves, because dying from natural causes at such tender ages, it's really a cause for concern. I'm not sure what is going on, but you guys, please be healthy, maintain your health, eat right. Don't be stressed about anything. I know the job is very stressful, but try not to be stressed about work. Because just remember, at the end of the day, your job will be given to somebody else the minute you die. So go to work, do your best, put your best foot forward, but do not be stressed about your job. Don't be stressed about your job. Live life, enjoy life, be happy. Visit your family members. You know what I mean? Go out, have some fun, unwind. I don't know if they keep like they used to have like station parties. That's the only places I went when I was over there. I never went out like that. Only places I went was station parties, you know. So guys, just maintain health. Please maintain your health. Get checked up. Get your executive blood work done. Get checked up. Every month, if it's possible, you could get checked. Go to your doctor. Get checked. See specialists. Don't just go to a general practitioner. Go to some specialists and get yourselves checked out. All right. So at this time, I want to give shout out to Fabian Francis. He was I'm not sure if he got promoted, but he's a sergeant. Last time I know, he was a sergeant. Big up yourself, Mr. Francis. Big up yourself. Another person I want to big up is Miss C. Brooks from Spanish Town Ops Office. Big up yourself, girl. She's one of the best mothers you can ever think of. Big up yourself and continue to be a great person. I also want to big up Rachelle Henry, Sergeant. Big up yourself, Rachelle. Continue to being the greatest person you are. Very funny, very fun to be around. She's a very bubbly person. Big up yourself, girl. Keep on doing what you're doing and keep on living life stress-free. And you're one of the greatest mothers again. Big up yourself. I also want to say shout outs to one of my good friend, Mickey Lord, St. Catharines South Division. Big up yourself, Mickey Lord. I'm here to encourage everybody to keep up the good work and continue being a positive crime fighter regardless of what is going on in Jamaica. Don't let it deter you from being the best at what you do. And go back to school, get your degrees, get your masters. You can go to PhD, keep going. Get your house, get your car, stick by your family. I'm appealing to you, stick by your family because your family comes first. Okay? I appreciate you all. I appreciate you and I applaud you all for the awesome job that you do. I really appreciate you. And I'm going to do something right now I did it in the start of the video and I'm going to do it now because guys, I salute you. I'm no longer a part of the organization, but I salute the job that you're doing. You're continuing to fly the flag high, both the Jamaican flag and the constabulary flag, and I salute you. Big up.
The police reassure to serve and protect, to serve.